And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. Believe it or not, we're sitting at 69 degrees right now. It almost feels like, well, we're somewhere else, doesn't it? Not in the hot Mississippi here in the deep south. Nice and cool right now, but that will change. We're headed for a high of about 95 today. That heat index will reach about 98, which is really good compared to what we've had in the last few weeks. It's not over yet. Let's not get all excited and think that summertime is ending. Not quite yet. This stuff will probably be around until late September, I'm afraid. What we've got coming up, Labor Day before long, don't we? Yeah. That's really not that far off. Today is the 12th day of August, if you are keeping track with what the calendar says. Going to be a great month. It's just going to be warm for us as we continue this. We've got a lot of local headlines that have happened over the weekend, some things that happened early this morning also that we'll cover beginning at 7. Don't miss Scotty Ray and Odie. We'll be here with all the details of what went on behind the scenes as you slept. We've got all of that coming up this morning. Right now, let's shake a leg and get a good word of the day. Let's go see Brother Ben and the fine folks out at Collinsville First Baptist Church.
I wonder, do you want to help yourself or hurt yourself? Well, according to Scripture, the answer to that question depends on what you do with instruction, education, wisdom, truth. Proverbs 15:32 says, whoever ignores instruction despises himself, but he who listens to reproof gains intelligence. To despise yourself is to regard yourself as worthless. It's to mistreat yourself, to hurt yourself. You see, instruction is here to help you grow, to be a better person, to keep you out of trouble, to put your life on a course of blessing. Your mama told you not to stick that fork in a light socket, and that's good instruction. And if you ignored it, you despised yourself. Your daddy told you to put back some money for a rainy day. That's good instruction also. And if you ignored that, you despised yourself. Your granny told you to give your heart and life to Jesus. That's real good instruction. And if you ignore that, again, you despise yourself. Ignoring all of these pieces of instruction and so many more is despising yourself, because in the end, it hurts you. But you don't want to hurt yourself. You want to help yourself. Therefore, listen to wise instruction and do what you're told. Not only will you gain intelligence, but your life will be better for it. Change begins in you.
The Change Begins in You is brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Patrick Allen Companies, Mitchell Tire and Wrecker in Collinsville, and Mowdy Cabinetry. Welcome back. I hope you got a good message out of that this morning. How do you feel? We hope it's a wonderful day for you. Put a smile on. Drink 2 cups if that's what it takes. And if the meter still isn't working, go back for that third before you head out. Let's start this with a good day. As we look at headlines across America, this is something that you don't think of. I remember responding here locally to a hospital of a phone battery that caught on fire, but I've never seen anything quite like this. The Tulsa, didn't George Strait do a song called Tell Me About Tulsa, if I remember? Something like that, if I remember correctly. Tulsa Fire Department responded, and they've got video of it, of a dog that was laying on his mat. And do you remember the old phone batteries that used to slide off the back? Y'all know what I'm talking about, the lithium batteries? Old dog was having him a great time chewing on it right there on his mat, and he bit into it, and it sparked. Caught the house on fire. They caught the whole thing on video. Watch those batteries. Scared that poor puppy dog to death. He didn't know what it was that had happened. You know what I mean? As we've learned, as we know, there's been charges brought. A lot has been said about Uvalde, Texas, of where that school shooting happened. We learn now as more text messages and the files are opened that I want to say it was his uncle. Yeah, it was his uncle of the shooter that was doing everything. Was on the line with the police, begging them to patch him through so he could talk the shooter down. I'll give you a hint. They never patched that phone call. They didn't do a lot of things right. That is going to go down as one of the biggest blunders ever, I believe. It was bad as we look at that. What else is happening this morning as we look around the nation? 2 people were killed. Maryland. Occasionally we hear about this closer to home, but most of the time it's further off. But an explosion with a gas leak leveled a home. 2 people were killed. Another person was hurt. We send condolences to their family members as we see that. This is one of those things where I'll say America spends half of their time apologizing. I'm not saying what this guy said was right because I don't have exactly what he said. Red Sox Jaron Duran, he's apparently a baseball player, said that as he was getting ready to hit the ball, he said a slur at somebody that said something in the stage. Not on the stage, but in the stands as he's sitting there playing ball. And then he's gone online in interviews trying to apologize for what he said. It's just one thing after another. Watch what you say. It will be held against you every day, especially if it's recorded. Apparently, he said it loud enough for ESPN to catch it on their video. They didn't appreciate it, and I'm sure they jumped on him. Do you remember of a reporter, this was Las Vegas, who was investigating a city councilman, I believe is what he did. He was a politician there in Las Vegas. He was investigating him. The politician shot and killed him. Y'all remember that? It's been a couple of years ago. His trial starts this week for what he did. It's a shame, number one, that it has taken 2 years for this man to go to court for what he did of killing this man. He was just doing his job. The guy was dirty. He had done some things that wasn't right. And he just plain right out shot and killed him. Now, again, that'll be proved in court at some point, but the trial begins now. There's witnesses on this. Bad situation. Almost, no one, the little lady died. It reminds me of that case to where the newspaper was raided. Y'all remember that? The little 98-year-old woman had a heart attack from it, of her house being raided because her newspaper was investigating somebody also on a city council. It's a lot of corruption is the whole point that I'm getting to. Politicians, you shouldn't be worried about. The media, it should be those that, well, have the files on you, the blackmail files. Oh, I know they exist. They exist in Meridian, Mississippi. I know they exist in other cities. Careful, careful. It is not the media that will get you. It's the folks that have the dirt on you. Did I send that out as a warning good enough to folks here in Meridian? I know things. Humma. Let's see here. Who else and what else is going on this morning? Tim Walz, this guy that's going to be vice president. More and more is coming up about this claim of his claim of valor. They're saying it's not really valor. Careful how you vote. Study before November. We're roughly 3 months out from the biggest election our country will see in the next 4 years. We want you to cast your vote carefully. We have a U.S. carrier that's been shipped out to the Middle East as Israel suggests that Iran will attack within a few days. That is coming. What will become of all this, I don't know. I hate that it's come to this. Israel should have never been attacked to begin with, should they? No, they shouldn't have. We've got to stand by the right person in this. I do hope our people and our government will do the right thing. We had some people rescued, thank goodness. Now, I've been on a couple boats. I've been on 1 or 2 yachts in my lifetime, not many, but I can't imagine of knowing that the boat is going down. A luxury liner was going down, and they have been saved, everybody on board. That is great. It's amazing, number one, that somebody can get to you in time. And with that being said, of rescues, let me say this, and we'll get into this during the morning show. I'll bring it closer to home. That 3-year-old little boy that was found yesterday, my hat's off to the rescue efforts of everybody in our community that showed up to help with that. We appreciate y'all. He was found safe and, well, unharmed. That is what is good there. Now, I guess this next story, they're calling her a Karen. I'm not so sure that it's a Karen. I think it's just people that are fed up with the way society is going. A lady was in a store. There was a girl in front of her that had a skirt on that, and Odie, I'm trying to find the right words for this, had risen way too high. Number one, she probably shouldn't have been wearing what she was wearing, and the woman pulled her skirt down to cover the rear end of the girl. Did I say that politically correct? Yeah. She was sued for. Can you believe that? Now, here's what is going to happen. idle around. She's a 49-year-old person who is charged with sexual battery after pulling the skirt down. Now, seriously, sexual battery for pulling the skirt down following the incident at a steakhouse in St. George. She entered a plea deal on July 30th. As part of the deal, the former legal secretary at the state of attorney general's office there, she pleaded no contest to a reduced Class B misdemeanor charge of knowingly and intentionally touching the buttocks of another person under the circumstances that she should have known would have caused an alarm, is what they're reporting there. She will now be held with no sentence for 1 year so long as she complies with the terms of the agreement. Basically, she can't do anything for a year, but she had to plead guilty to get out of this. We've gotten so far in America of you can't tell somebody to pull their skirt down now. She was doing, in my opinion, what a mother would do. But y'all tell me if I'm reading into that wrong. Okay, I'm off my soapbox. It just hit me wrong of someone being charged for trying to straighten out morals is the way I read that. We'll be right back as this morning gets underway. Let's put a smile and face it all.
The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're built-in, are conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group.
And welcome back. Good morning to you. Let's look at radar before we get deeper into the forecast. A couple of things that are going on. We'll look at Mr. Nasty over here. Oh, look at that. That's 5, a tropical depression. It's not going to come near the Gulf, thank heavens. It will increase to a Cat 2 before it's all said and done at this point. As we zoom in and go in, well, let's look at the great state of Mississippi as we look at this. Nothing much going on, is it? 95 today is what we're seeing here. Heat indexes. We do have a lot of fog over here. Look at this in Georgia. If you're going to be headed toward the Athens area, these places here around Stonecrest, Peachtree City, Griffin, it's going to be a lot of fog in those areas, and also Dublin, Georgia, those areas just north of Douglas. Baton Rouge has a little bit of fog this morning, and we do have a shower or two off the coast of Louisiana there. Not bad, but a shower or two. If you're vacationing this morning, you might get wet. A little bit of rain there in the forecast, a little bit over near Florida, too. Our biggest rain that we're picking up this morning is going to be right over here in Oklahoma, Fort Smith, Arkansas, these areas here. We got a thunderstorm there with some sheer winds coming in at 58 miles an hour, making its way right into this area here. It's going to be, let's see what the name of that town is. Carson, Oklahoma is where that is. Pretty good shower there. We have showers also right up in here in Missouri if you're going to be in those areas. Nothing that's affecting the deep south at this point. That's good. Let's get deeper into the forecast now.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
As we look at the forecast, here's what we've got. Sunshine and 96 today is what is expected. We'll get a heat index of about 98. Somewhere between 95 to 96 is basically the temperature. A little bit cooler as we go northward. We get into Columbus Air Force Base, Mississippi State area. Over in the Delta, 95. And down in Natchez, we should still see 96. Hattiesburg area, a little warmer. Should see 98 on the thermometer. As we move across to Bamaland, let's see what's going on there today. As we'll see Demopolis about 94 is what we're gauging, 93, 94, and even a little bit cooler there. Birmingham at 91. Montgomery should see 97 today. As we look at the heat index for the week, it will start to climb beginning tomorrow. The western side of the state, even getting into Clark County and Jasper County tomorrow and portions of Newton, we'll see all that temperature reaching somewhere around 105. And that heat index. And by Thursday through Saturday, just to the west, Neshoba County and Newton County, you could see 110 heat index. That's heading from Thursday to Saturday toward that weekend. It's going to be a hot one as we look at that. Now, here's what we have for the next 6 to 10 days forecasted. Hot weather, even warmer back here in Texas. Look at this. A heat wave right through here, taking in most of the central portion of Mississippi, East Mississippi, and Alabama as well. Now,
Here's your 7-day outlook. Today we see 95 to 96, depending upon where you are, increasing to 98 tomorrow. Wednesday will hold steady at 98, and then hitting that triple digits by Thursday. Over the weekend, it could be triple digits. At this point, we're looking at anywhere from 98 to 99. We'll have Thursday and Friday, those rain chances coming in 30% over the weekend. There's nothing big there at all. There'll be plenty of time to go outside and do what you need to, but there's no big chances of rain. As we go all the way through the 26th of August, we'll hold steady at those upper 90s, anywhere from 97, 98 in there. Small, minute chances of rain. Unless something changes, we don't have a lot in there. Grass is going to start to turn brown. You all know how that works there. As we look at our fishing forecast for today, here we are. It looks like our best time to fish will be probably the best time of the day, right around 7 o'clock tonight, 7 until 9. So from dark 30 right there around 7 o'clock until dark, it will be good. The wind's going to be calm, becoming north around 5 this afternoon. So perfect for that. As we look here, 5 has developed. Now let's go back to radar and take a little bit closer look at this so you can see what we've got on gusts and winds as we pull this up. Let's go down. Here's radar. Let's go back out here in the Atlantic and look at this. This morning, 5 is moving along, a tropical depression. Wind speed at 29 miles an hour. Gusts have reached 40 miles an hour. Millibars at 1,009, moving west at 25 miles an hour. And as we'll see here, as this increases, about Thursday, this will turn into a Category 1 hurricane. And by Friday, this will move to a level 2, reaching wind speeds of upwards there. Excuse me there, upwards. As we'll see this coming in on Saturday as well. About 109 miles an hour is what we're expecting it to be by Saturday. But again, staying off the coast, and we hope it stays way away from us, don't we? Yes, we do. So that's what we've got on hurricanes. No threats to us in the Gulf at this point this morning. That's the good news we can tell you. Again, right now, we're sitting at a cool 69. Enjoy it. Have a cup of coffee on the front porch. We're going to get the morning show started in roughly about 6 minutes or so from now. Won't you join us again? It'll be live starting at 7. We'll turn the monitors on just about 3 till so you can join us. Be back with us, won't you? The Scotty Ray Report on the way.